Hello, this is Billy Stereo TNA for Life here. Uh, I'm going to make a full ROH Border Wars review since last night, with the technical difficulties in their website, I was able to see the full show today, and I want to give my thoughts of the show. Before we get started, my last video I made, which was a review of the show, but obviously I couldn't review all the whole show because of the website. Someone said this is the reason the IWC is a joke is because people like me anyone can make videos, and that's just unnecessary. I'm not gonna mention his channel name, but there's no reason to take pot shots at me. First of all, it's childish, and it makes him look stupid for doing it. Makes him look like an idiot. And if you don't like this video, there's no reason to take pot shots at me. That's just unnecessary. That's what the dislike video is for. The dislike button. Sorry for the botch, but anyway. Yeah, if you disagree with what I said, please, if something I say in this video, please say so. Again, I'm all for criticism. I'm all for free speech. If you think I'm full of shit, say so, but there's no reason to go after me personally. It's just pathetic and childish and just unnecessary. That being said, let's dive into this review. The show kicked off with Rhino versus Eddie Edwards, a solid opener. The only problem I have with this match is, why did Eddie Edwards have to go over? Why not have? I mean, this is Rhino's first match in ROH since being back, besides that squash match he did on TV. So why not establish Rhino as a monster heel that they're booking him to look like, and that they're building him as, by beating a former world champion in Eddie Edwards. Just my thought, but yeah, a solid opener nonetheless. Next up, we had Mike Mondo and the Young Bucks versus the All Night Express and Matt and T.G. Perkins, and a good match. Went on a little too long, in my opinion, but still a good match nonetheless. Next up, by the way, the All Night Express and T.G. Perkins won. Even though I would have preferred the Young Bucks and Mike Mondo to win, I still like this match. But anyway, next up we had Jay Lethal versus Tommaso Ciampa. This was a good match. I like this. I'm getting kind of repetitive here, saying, "Oh, this is a good match. This is a good." And to ROH's credit, there wasn't really a bad match on here. There were some matches that were just, okay. I thought, and yeah, but this was I wouldn't I wouldn't say this was really good matches. This was one of those matches that was just okay. But anyway, all the matches on this card was okay to great. So that's good. So it was a good pay-per-view. Not saying it was a great pay-per-view by any means, but I'm sure all the ROH bots that are gonna say every match is a 5-star classic. Well, no, they weren't. But this was a good pay-per-view. But anyway, Jay Lethal won with the lethal combination. He hit the first part of the lethal combination where he pulls him down on his knee like 10 times, and then he hit the second part, which was, mic check, and yeah, he won that way. The one problem I have with this though is why have Jay Lethal end the streak, and why at Border Wars? If we're gonna have him end the streak, why not do it at a bigger pay-per-view instead of a pay-per-view that's really more of a filler pay-per-view than anything, Border Wars? Why not have him end it like, let's say, best in the world? Why not have Tommaso Ciampa win here? And then, if we're going to have Jay Lethal on the streak, then it should be, in my opinion, best in the world. And really, I don't even know if Jay Lethal should be the one that in the streak. They've been teasing for a while. Why not have the streak go around longer? And then, since they've been teasing for Michael Elgin for a face turn for a while, since Showdown in the Sun, if and when they do decide to turn Michael Elgin face, why not establish him as a monster babyface by ending Tommaso Ciampa's streak? Makes sense to me. But anyway, good. It was a decent match. I wouldn't really see a good match, actually. But next up we had the main event of the first half of Border Wars before the intermission, of course, and that was Lance Storm versus Mike Bennett. The finish came when Lance Storm, when the ref was distracted by Maria and Brewer Evans, hit Mike Bennett with a chair and super kicked him. I kind of like that Lance Storm went over here, because that way that feud can continue. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with it being with a chair. I would have just had Lance Storm win clean, and then on the next pay-per-view, Best in the World, have Mike Bennett go over to end the feud. I'm hoping that's what they do. That they have a rubber match between the two, and at Best in the World, Mike Bennett wins and goes over clean. Because I've enjoyed this feud between the two. I really have. And this match was good, but it wasn't as good, nearly as good as I think is the one at Showdown in the Sun. Now that one I thought was really good. Yeah, but I think it could have been better. But it's good nonetheless. But anyway, next up we had the intermission, and then the opener for the second half of Border Wars was Adam Cole versus Michael Elgin. Michael Elgin went over, and I thought was a decent match that went on really too long. Sorry for the stutter there, but anyway, it went on too long. It could have been at least 3 minutes shorter. Yeah, but at least Michael Elgin went over, because I don't really see what so many all the ROH bots season. Mike and Adam Cole botching all over the place here, but I don't really see what a lot of people seeing Adam Cole. And anyway, I don't really see why ROH assists in pushing him. I mean, he just seems like another typical ROH guy that ROH tends to push. For all the criticism that WWE gets and all the crap they get for really only pushing big guys, which they may or not deserve, ROH really does the same thing, but in a different way. Instead of just pushing big guys, they only push the high-flying, spot mark guys, the little guys, really. And, yeah, Adam Cole's a mid-carder at best. He's no main eventer. I hope they never put the world strap on him. But anyway, yeah, Michael Elgin went over there, and yeah, that's that. Next was Fit Finlay versus Roderick Strong for the TV title. I like this match. I think Fit Finlay slowed down Roderick Strong, which is good. This match wasn't like a complete spot fest, which is what we usually see out of Roderick Strong's matches. You know, there was some good psychology in this match, and yeah, some good stuff. Roderick Strong retained, and which, even though I don't like Roderick Strong, I think he's boring. He's a good wrestler, don't get me wrong. He's just boring, and he no-sells everything, and he just isn't, nothing exciting really about him. But I enjoyed this match though, and Finlay putting over Roderick Strong was the right decision in my book. Even though I don't really like Roderick Strong, I think Finlay putting over Strong is a smart move. You know, even though Finlay is not really a huge name in the wrestling business, I think he does have a name, and so why not use him to put over when an ROH's younger talent, like a former world champion. I don't agree with him being a world champion. I think he's a mid-carder at best. I don't think he ever should have been world champion. Hopefully he never is world champion again. But I'm actually hoping he has a long title TV run, so that way that keeps him away up from the world title picture. But anyway, yeah, I can understand why they would have Roderick Strong go over Finlay. My only problem is this is Finlay's first match in ROH, so how come they didn't have him in any matches in TV? How come in ATV? You know, how come they barely built to this match and barely mentioned that it was Finlay's first match? Why not emphasize the fact that ROH has Finlay? You know, again, he's not a huge name, but he has a recognizable name with wrestling fans, and he might be able to draw some fans you might never seen ROH before. So instead of having him lose in his first match, why not have him win some matches on TV and then have him like maybe a number one contenders match to explain why he gets a title shot in the first place, and then have him lose out to Roderick Strong. That's what I would have done, but yeah. Moving on to the tag team title match which was the second best match of the night, which had World's Greatest Tag Team, or Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team, beating the Briscoes in a Fight Without Honor match. Again, this is the second best match of the night. Some nice spots, some nice hardcore moments. I like that they had Mark Briscoe sneak attack only have Jay come out and Mark Briscoe come out of nowhere and sneak attack the World's Greatest Tag Team. You know, that was good stuff. The finish comes when Charlie Haas has a towel that supposedly had ether in it. He rubs it on Mark Briscoe's face, and sorry for the constant pauses, but I'm just kind of camera shy. But anyway, Roderick Strong. Why did I say Roderick Strong? The world's greatest tag team are the new tag team champions. I can't help but wonder, isn't this supposed to be like the last match they have together? It kind of looked like they were uh, trying to build to another match, like between the two of Busted and Worrell. Like I was kind of hoping the Briscoes would win because that would mean for sure they would. That would mean this feud would be over. Even though I like this feud, I think it's time it run its course. I think it needs to end. It's been over a year. I think it's time for the feud to end. And two, that would mean that sometime along the line, in the near future, that would mean that would mean the Young Bucks would get a title shot, hopefully, because I'm a huge fan of the Young Bucks, and I'm hoping that they would get a title shot at some time and even be tag team champions at some point this year or next year. But anyway, let's just hope that either this feud's over or at the very least it ends at Best in the World. Because this feud needs to end so we can get new fresh faces at the title picture. Next was the World Heavyweight title, the ROH World title match. Kevin Steen versus the champion Davey Richards. Match of the night easily. I don't know if it's best match of the year. I don't think it's better than Taker and Triple H. I think it was better than CM Punk and Jericho at WrestleMania. I didn't see CM Punk and Jericho at Extreme Rules, so I don't know if it was better than that. Comment down below. What do you think was better? This Kevin Steen, Davey Richards match, and or the CM Punk versus Chris Jericho at Extreme Rules match for the WWE Championship. I still, even though those matches might have been better wrestling wise than Taker Triple H, I still say Taker Triple H was match of the year. Reason being, they put so much build up to that match and all the psychology and all the great emphasis on that match and just so much psychology and just a fantastic match and everything, the perfect type of match, really. It wasn't as good as the Shawn Michaels and Triple H and Undertaker matches, but it was damn easily the best match of 2012 in my opinion. But anyway, on to Kevin Steen and Davey Richards. This was fantastic, lots of psychology. You had Kevin Steen hit F-Sank, hit all his moves, and then he hit Davey Richards' own ankle lock, putting Davey Richards' own mouthpiece in his mouth. You had Davey Richards hit his pile driver. You had him hit his ankle lock, some good stuff. The finish came when Davey Richards hit Kevin Steen in the ankle lock. And Kevin Steen grabbed the ropes. Davey Richards would break the ropes. Finally, Kevin Steen pulled the turnbuckle pad off, and when Davey Richards pulled him away from the ropes, Kevin Steen was able to counter, and Davey Richards hit his face on the unexposed turnbuckle, and then hit a sleeper suplex, and then his package pile driver, and Kevin Steen's world champ. Thank goodness. I was tired of Davey Richards. Another guy I think should be is a mid-carder at best. You know, he's a great wrestler, fantastic wrestler. You know, just so boring on the mic and nothing exciting about him. Him and Roderick Strong are all both the same. Him and them and Eddie Edwards. The fact that they were in the main event scene, all three of them, for so long is a joke to me. When guys like Kevin Steen, Mike Bennett, Shelton Benjamin, Jay Lethal are all people, and so many others who I think are much more deserving of that top spot. But anyway, yes, but finally, Kevin Steen is the world champion. After a match, Steve Corino and Jimmy Jacobs came in, so they all hug. So it looks like they're all in a faction together. It looks like, yeah. Now it's time for my final score for this pay-per-view. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 stars. But you say, well, Billy's WWE for life. I thought you said a rematch was okay to great. Well, I did. But, and if I seen this pay-per-view live, I would have probably scored this very high. Like maybe a 7 out of 4, 7.4 out of 10 stars. Maybe. But I'm only giving it 6 stars because even though it's all good, I paid to see it live. I didn't pay to see the replay. And the fact that they had so much technical difficulties hurt the overall grade of the show. It really did. So, yeah, comment your thoughts of the show down below. Subscribe if you like what you saw. And I'm out of here. Kill, Steen, kill.